Good morning. I'm Maria Leff, the Westchester Walk Like Mad Chair. I'm here today to honor my cousins who are survivors. We're all here today to pay tribute to those who have been impacted by impaired driving. Due to COVID-19, MADD made the proactive decision for everyone's health and safety to hold this year's walks as virtual events. We thank you for joining us for the Westchester Walk today. During this time, it is so important for us to continue supporting MADD's life-saving work. My family is glad to be part of today's event and walk virtually with you. We hope you and your family remain safe and healthy. To get today started, we would like to honor our law enforcement partners with their performance of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Thank you to all of our law enforcement partners. I would now like to introduce MADD New York and New Jersey Executive Director Rich Mallow.
Hello, Westchester. I'd like to welcome everybody to the virtual walk here in Westchester. My name is Rich Mallow. I'm the New York State Executive Director, and I would like to first and foremost thank Maria Leff and her family for all of the tremendous work they do to help to put together our walk. Once again, every year they are mainstays, and we cannot thank them enough for everything that they do. So thank you, Maria and family. We greatly appreciate everything you do. I'd also like to thank, especially in these crazy times of COVID, I'd like to thank all of the hospital workers, the doctors, the nurses, the police departments, the fire departments, all of our first responders. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. And we just want to say thank you. Mothers Against Drunk Driving is there for you. And if you need anything, all you need to do is ask. So thank you for that. I would also like to thank the New York State Advisory Board for all that they do. And just say keep it up. We really appreciate everything that you're doing to help the victims of this horrific crime of drunk and drug driving. At this time, I would like to introduce our national president, Helen Whitty.
Hi, MADD Westchester, New York. I'm so glad to be here with you all virtually. I look forward to the day when we can be face to face again, but thank you for doing this work and thank you for gathering us all virtually. I came to MADD not by choice, as many of you also did not come by choice, but we came because someone else made a criminal choice. I always like to remember my friend who said, I don't know why we're on this road. She had also lost a child, and she said, but we're on it together. Helen Marie was rollerblading on a bike path when she was run down by a teenager who was high on marijuana and drunk on alcohol. And that changed my life. And MADD helped put me back together, as I know that MADD has helped many of you. And we're turning around and helping anyone who would like the help. Thank you. This is such a beautiful mission we have. We're working together and we're here together, even virtually. Everyone who can, go to walklikemad.org and donate to this wonderful walk, and we'll be one more step closer to a future with no more victims. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. That was wonderful. We greatly appreciate all that you do and your message for all of the participants here in the Walk Like Mad Westchester virtual walk. So thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Our next speaker, I know very well. She is a national board member. I would like to, at this time, bring on Erica Lynn.
Hi, MADD Westchester. I'm Erica Lynn, National Board Member of Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I'm thrilled to be here with you today as we prepare for our virtual walk this fall. 3.5 years ago, my parents were struck by a drunk driver at 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Westchester County. It happened to also be my birthday. Hours later, they would die together in a hospital. I can't even begin to tell you what it was like to know that on the day that your parents gave birth to you, their lives would be taken so senselessly and tragically. From day one, MADD New York was with me, by my side, helping me get over my grief and helping me to navigate my new normal world. MADD's mission is to provide victim support, work with our communities to educate people on the dangers of drunk and drug driving, and to work with our law enforcement partners to have stiffer legislation for those offenders. The work at MADD is hard. The work is noble. We work to save lives every day, and we need your help. So please join us, join our cause, and donate to www.walklikemad.org/Westchester. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for your support so that we continue to do this great work of saving lives. Let's do this, Westchester. Let's have a great walk.
Thank you, Erica. We greatly appreciate what you do sitting on the national board and especially here in New York. Those of us here at Mothers Against Drunk Driving greatly appreciate everything that you do, and I just want to say thank you again. I'd also like to give a big thank you to all of the volunteers here in New York that allow us to do all of these things. Thank you very much. I'd also like to thank the staff here at Mothers Against Drunk Driving in New York. Without all of you, we wouldn't be able to make even this virtual walk happen. So I'd really like to thank Issei Fuentes for doing all of the video and his hard work in putting this program together. I'd also like to thank Alyssa Cacaperto, who is our victim services specialist, and Rachel Braungard, who is our victim services manager, and then Robert Hettinger, who's a victim service specialist out in Buffalo. Thank you very much for everything you do. And finally, I'd like to give a big thanks and a big introduction to Tara Spora for doing a great job in helping get all the components together, and once again doing a great job this year. Tara, thank you very much. Here you go.
Thank you so much, Rich, and all of our incredible community partners and volunteers. Thank you all for watching with us this morning. For those who don't know me, as Rich said, my name is Tara Sporer, and I'm excited to be bringing you this virtual Walk Like Mad Westchester event. This is the final of our 4 virtual walks in New York, and we are so glad to have this presentation allow for you to participate no matter where you're located. For all of our other events, we had people participating from throughout the country and the world. That shows the power of our mission and our message. If you haven't officially registered to be part of today's experience, please do so at walklikemad.org/Westchester. Online registration is open through 11 a.m., and all who are registered will be entered into a prize drawing to thank you for your support. We also encourage you to make a donation if you haven't done so already. And that is in support of our life-saving mission. Today, we'll be featuring some elements that you would expect to see at a traditional in-person walk event, and are continuing to thank you and honoring and remembering all of your loved ones. We'll be hearing from volunteers, community partners, and my colleagues here at MADD. We'll be ending this morning's presentation with a tribute to all of our victims and survivors. After the tribute, we'll be starting the walk and asking that you walk virtually with us from the safety of your own home or neighborhood. Our efforts would not be possible without all of you. Thank you, team captains, all walkers, and volunteers. Thank you to all Walk Like MADD partners and community supporters, including our in-kind partners who give of their time and service. This includes essential workers in the supermarkets and food service industry that support MADD throughout the year, including the Westchester Walk each year. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors and partners that make today possible. I would like to start with our statewide partners and introduce video messages from them. To begin, we would like to introduce Live Nation.
Hello, my name is Tom C. with Live Nation, and I'm the COO of Venue Nation. I'm glad to be here with you today for the virtual Walk Like MADD. Live Nation is proud to partner with Mothers Against Drunk Driving throughout the year on alcohol awareness initiatives at our venues and events. It is a mission we believe strongly in. MADD has been a vital partner in helping to develop our responsible adult beverage operations during events at Jones Beach, along with MADD helping to oversee our on-site designated driving booth. In addition, we have helped produce and run the MADD PSA at our venues across the country. Thank you for your continued support.
Thank you so much, Tom, for all you do and all of Live Nation's support. Next up, we have a video message from rideshare partner, Uber.
To the Mothers Against Drunk Driving family, everyone here at Uber are so grateful for our many years of partnership and working to make New York streets safer. We're so sorry we can't be with you this year, but we'll be with you in spirit.
Thank you so much, Alex, to you and all the team at Uber does throughout the year. Our final video message from our community partners is brought to you by Geico. Thank you so much, Geico, for all of your years of support of MADD New York. I would also like to express our appreciation to the following partners who have been pivotal in our efforts in Westchester over the last several years and throughout the state, including Legends Hospitality, Yorktown Volunteer Ambulance Corps, and thank you for being essential workers and on the front lines, especially during this year's pandemic. To Dorian Drake International for your continued support this year, and to the supporters from the past, and look forward to continued efforts together with Countywide Insurance Agency, Hudson River Financial Federal Credit Union, Sport Time, Hudson River Radio, Little Sorrento, and the John C. Hart Memorial Library. Thank you once again as well to our committee, made up of dedicated volunteers who are instrumental each year in making this walk happen. I couldn't do what I do without all of you, so thank you for everything. If anyone's interested in learning more about our walk committee or being part of it, please let me know, as we are here already looking to begin planning for next year. We also have walks on Long Island, Staten Island, the Capital Region, and new this year, a New Jersey virtual walk. If you know anyone in those areas that are interested in being involved, please let me know as well. Whatever you are watching us from, you can make an impact. Each and every one of you watching today has made a tremendous difference. Special thanks to all teams and individuals for your hard work to raise funds to help end drunk and drug driving. Our page is still open, so be sure to register and/or donate if you haven't had the chance to do so already at walklikemad.org/Westchester. Once signed up, you'll get our latest updates and information and qualify for prize drawings and incentives. We had individuals and teams work so tirelessly for this year for the MADD mission. Our top supporters will continue to be recognized after the walk based on funds showing at the close of today's presentation. I would now like to introduce the rest of our local staff to share some important updates, and I thank them for all that they do. First up, please welcome Program Specialist Isay Fuentes.
Good morning, everyone. We hope that you're all doing well and enjoying our Westchester Walk Like Mad event. My name is Isay Fuentes, and I'm the program specialist at Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And I am really excited to be here this morning with all of you. And I want to share how you guys can show a little bit of support for our mission online. So we want you guys to share your photos, your videos of you and your teams walking, around your neighborhood, wherever you wish, and make sure you share it on social media. But use the hashtag WalkLikeMaddNY so you can show your support and we can see it as well. You can also email it over to me, and it will include the email below, and share it with us, and we can share it on our social media pages. And the second thing that I want you guys to know is that we have a really great community online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now YouTube. And we want you guys to share with your friends and your family. So subscribe, visit us today, tweet about us, and let us know how much you support us, and because we enjoy and love your support for our mission. Thank you so much, and I would love to introduce Victim Services Manager Rachel Braungart. Thank you.
Hi everyone, Rachel Braungart, MADD New York Victim Services Manager. Welcome to this year's Westchester Walk Like Mad event. Thank you for being a part of today's walk. It is a special day as we take time to honor, to remember, and to support all of those whom have been impacted by impaired driving. We walk today in honor and remembrance of those who cannot be with us here today, and we walk to support those who are still fighting this senseless tragedy. We walk for change. The MADD New York Victim Services team wants you to know that we walk alongside you. You are never alone. We will continue to provide supportive services to all victims impacted by impaired driving, and we will continue to fight for change, for a better tomorrow, for a safer tomorrow, and for a future of no more victims. On behalf of the New York State Victim Services team, we thank you for being a part of today's Westchester Walk Like Mad event. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you one of our very own Victim Service Specialists, Alyssa Cacaperto. Again, thank you for being a part of today's Westchester Walk, and we hope that you enjoy.
Good morning, MADD Westchester. We are so happy to have you join us for our Westchester Walk this morning. Our Victim Services Department recognizes that this is an important part of your healing process. We're available for any assistance you may need moving forward. Thank you for your continued support. The most important piece of MADD's mission is supporting our victims and survivors. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's honored family, Victor Mencken, to share his story of why he walks. We will then play our victim tribute slideshow to honor all of our loved ones. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Victor Mencken, and I'd appreciate a few moments of your time to share with you an event which shaped the course of my life and brought me to understand the importance of supporting Mothers Against Drunk Driving. About 30 years ago, my wife, then 2-year-old son, and I were down in Florida with a few objectives. We wanted to spend some time with my mother on the first anniversary of my father's passing a year earlier, and we wanted my mom to have a chance to spend some time with our son, who she had hardly seen. Additionally, we were there to celebrate my father-in-law's 60th birthday, since he lived in Florida as well. After spending a few days with my father and mother-in-law, I picked up my mother and brought her to a restaurant where we were to celebrate my father-in-law's birthday. The plan was to go back to my mother's house with our son after the party so she could spend some time with him. The party was wonderful, and as it ended, needless to say, my mother was eager to return to her house with our son to have her grandma time. As the family left the restaurant, my mother, with our son in hand, stepped off the entry area to cross the drive-up area and head towards her car. At that moment, a car which was just about to leave the restaurant ran both of them down, dragged them about 50 feet until the car crashed into another parked car. As we stood there in disbelief at this horror, I ran towards the car and, filled with shock and rage, tried to open the door of the car to get the driver. Fortunately, the door wouldn't open. I then got down on the ground, and as I've said many times before, at that moment, I saw God. My son crawled out from underneath the car. I picked him up to see that miraculously he didn't appear to be very badly hurt. Someone came up to me to take my son as I got down on the ground to see my mother pinned underneath the car. I reached out and was able to hold her hand, but couldn't bear to look at her. Shortly thereafter, the police arrived with the jaws of life, and they were able to cut the car away in order to free my mother. I rode in the ambulance with her back to the hospital, where she died a few hours later. The driver, a woman in her 50s, was charged with vehicular manslaughter. The police apparently did not properly analyze the case. Even though the driver's blood was taken, it apparently wasn't analyzed until hours after the incident. A court-appointed toxicologist testified that even though the blood, when analyzed, was above the legal limit, he couldn't unequivocally state what it was at the time of the incident. The woman was given a 6-month suspension of her license and mandatory attendance at DWI classes. And my mother was dead. Most of us can state with conviction how much we love or loved our mothers and what great and amazing women their mother is or was. Believe me when I tell you that my mother, Mary Mencken, was an extraordinary person. She was one of 7 children of an immigrant family, worked after school in her parents' grocery store after they got sick to keep the family going, got married, raised 2 successful sons, worked throughout her life to help support her family, was an active member of her temple, and was perhaps one of the most generous and moral people I have ever met. During the trial and after the incident, the Florida chapter of Mothers Against Drunk Drivers made its presence known to me and was there to give me help and support. When I returned home to Westchester, I attended a meeting of the local chapter of MADD, which was at the time struggling to survive. I offered my services to them and became president of the Westchester chapter, where I served for several years. I have helped to raise funds to support their very valuable work and have spoken numerous times at victim impact panels. My son is now married with 2 beautiful sons of his own. And as I've said many times before, I'm one of the luckiest men alive. Unfortunately, I've seen too many families that are not so lucky and are so badly in need of MADD's help and support. I know how difficult these times are for all of us, yet MADD's need for funds has grown even greater as some of our sources of funds has disappeared. I know how my life has changed by the events I have just described to you, and it is important for me to honor the memory of my dear mother by doing whatever I can to help support the invaluable work that MADD has done by asking you to please donate whatever you are able to afford at this time of our march and this fundraising effort. It is important for me to do what I can to prevent this type of horror from happening to you or your family. Please drive safely and soberly, and may God bless you. Please donate now.
Thank you to all of you for honoring your loved ones, and Victor for sharing your powerful, inspiring story with all of us. And Nassau County Police Department Deputy Inspector Gus Kalin for the beautiful accompaniment on trumpet. Thank you to everyone who was featured during today's presentation and all of you for joining us. I hope today has inspired everyone watching. We here at MADD are a family, and we're here to support you. As we wrap up today, we once again say thank you for your support of MADD's mission. The awareness and funds you raise are vital to providing our victim services and education to keep the community safe. We now kick off walking with all of you. Don't forget to take photos and share them with us on your personal social media channels and via email to eSite as well. Enjoy your walk. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much.